Good morning, everybody. Yeah, this song is quite a it's quite a throwback to the '90s, huh? The real McCoy, real McCoy. Welcome in, everybody. Oh boy, you know, I there's people that I mean, everybody who follows me knows that, there's people that I've walked away from various reasons, and there's people that, have walked away from me for various reasons. And I try not to bring it on the app. I try to keep it behind the scenes. Um, I might just say something about, so and so and I, or, um, you won't see me in lives, but it's all good, blah, blah, blah. And I have kept my mouth closed for a while regarding Texas Tiff. She's made a number of videos referring to a creator, and we all know who she's referring to when she says that. So she really should just come out and say my name, because unless she thinks people are stupid, I know who she's talking about, and I know who she's referring to. So I was out yesterday afternoon, and when I got home, I was looking at my messages, and as you can imagine, my phone and Discord was blown up because Tiff went into Sean's live in a box, which, I mean, let's face it, we pegged that a while ago too. I mean, everything that has happened with Tiff, we all kind of saw it coming. We all knew the next pathway, she was going to take. So before I play the live when she was in Sean's yesterday, because I haven't heard it yet, but from what I understand, she lied quite a bit. And I've gotten I've gotten the gist of some of the stuff she said, and I actually have some proof to show to prove that she was lying about a lot of stuff. So, quick, for those of you that don't know, about how I got to know Texas Tip. When I was covering Jen, I believe she reached out to me, Or she came into my live one time and she told me her story about Jen and all that. How she had been a mod for Jen and she supported Jen. And, the story out there that she sent her entire check from, I can't remember if she said it was from disability or from the Navy, to Jen one time. And so that was almost 2 years ago. And from that point until the beginning of December, she was in my lives all the time. And as many of you know, she came into boxes a lot. Now, she was one who, didn't like Jen and was calling her out. And she was one that didn't like Sean and was calling him out. Now, as I said, all was fine up until December when I did that live regarding T's husband. And she took offense to that. And she wrote me an email, a very long email. And, pretty much said that, your platform shouldn't have had that, and gave me some other advice. And, I've come on here numerous times, and I think I even said she was right one time. I shouldn't have done that. And, one of the things she said is that, wow, what else did she say? She said that, it shouldn't be discussed anymore because, to take the victim into consideration and all that. And I agreed. And I haven't, done anything else with that, So, after that live, she still texted me a couple times. And as you can imagine, it really didn't have much to do about anything on TikTok. It was stuff about her. Yeah, I know, Sue. The messages that she sent were kind of like, what she did when she came in boxes and all that. And, at that point, I was kind of like, not, I was happy regarding, what she said about my platform, and that didn't belong on that because I agreed with her. But, I was kind of like, the tone of the email was not something that I was real happy with. Okay, but it's fine. I mean, she got her point across, and as I said, I agreed with it. So, after the messages back and forth, or I should say, forth, because I never sent anything really back to her. All of a sudden, she started making videos about a creator and how she walked away from the drama and this and that. And I'm kind of sitting here thinking, she walked away from the drama. She was knee deep. She was knee deep in the drama the whole time. So I don't know how, all of a sudden she has had this epiphany and thinks it's okay that, if she doesn't condone it anymore, then everybody else is wrong. And they need to be called out for it. But that's what she wanted to do. And, I sat back when she made the videos, and I didn't say anything in lives and all that. And, pretty much after I heard about what she discussed yesterday with Sean, I was like, yeah, you would leave a live when she got in the box. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me and said similar things, you know, that they were kind of tired of her coming in boxes. Yeah, Liv, you know why? Because I don't like to talk about interpersonal relationships that I have with people, and when things come to an end, just because it's not, I don't think it should be put on TikTok. I always talk about keeping things like that. Everything doesn't need to be on here, you know. So, after seeing her videos and then what I heard about yesterday, I wanted to replay this. Some of the things that some of the comments that I've gotten from people is regarding the trauma dumping, which everybody has said that that's what she did, and I agree with that. I'd be talking about something in a live, and she would come up, and we would start talking about whatever I was talking about, and it completely changed to something else, you know. So, to be honest, towards the end, I would see that she requested a box, and I wouldn't bring her up because I wanted to stay on topic, and I knew that if I brought her up, it wouldn't stay on topic. And I didn't want to have that. Now, a couple other things, just to be clear, she unmodded herself, which was fine. She didn't tell me about it. I don't even know how I found out about it, but when I heard about it, I checked, and sure enough, she was. And then what I did was I blocked her from the Discord, because obviously, somebody who's angry, with me and all that, they don't need to be in Discord, you know? So yeah. So somebody sent me a clip of when she was in Truth's Live a couple weeks ago, and she was referring to me as a narcissist, which I think is kind of crazy, because if I know what I know about narcissists don't ever say when they're wrong, which I have absolutely done before. I do think some people use that term way too much. You know, it's one of those buzzwords where when people hear it, it's like, and I think that's the effect she wanted from it. And Truth too. She did the same thing. She agreed with her, So, there's part of me that's very disappointed, obviously. And I didn't want to do a live on her, but as I said in the video I made, now it's my turn to talk, because she's been doing it now for a couple weeks, and I've kept my mouth shut. And so what we're going to listen to is we're going to listen to Sean's live from yesterday when she was in a box. Now, I want to remind people, okay? I want to remind people that we all know the stuff that Sean has done. I had a live where his sister had come in and his daughter, had reached out to me and messaged me regarding stuff. And we all know the stuff he's done, right? We know why he was removed from his household as a kid. And we know that based on his sister, his mom, and family members. Okay? Is there a record of it anywhere? No, because he was a minor. And she knows what he did, but she chose to go in his box yesterday. We know what he's done with animals, with the kittens that he had. And if you remember correctly, after everything happened with those kittens, Tiff agreed that they could have been saved if Sean had taken care of the cat. And then from what I heard yesterday, she told him that it wasn't his fault. We heard the story about what he did to another animal when he was like 12 or 13 with a teapot or something like that. That was a story where, from his family. And she knew that, but she still chose to go into his live yesterday. We know how he treats women. We know how he talks to women and how he talks about women. And yet she went into his live yesterday. He was in her live the night before. Now, I don't know. People that are scammers and that are dirty ass people, I block them because I don't want them in my lives. But yet, she didn't have him blocked, and he went in there, So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you and let you listen to what she said. And when there's something that... Yeah, exactly. She went in there and almost tried to give him credibility for his complaints. Now, she was part of awareness because she was in all the awareness lives about him and about Jen. But it's like all of a sudden she doesn't want to be in the drama. And that's fine. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to be in the drama. That's cool. But to go into the person's live that is a scammer and has taken thousands of dollars from people, and to go in there and make nice with him and say you don't want to be part of the drama, doesn't work like that. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna open this up. I think she came in at about the 1 minute mark. So now I want you to remember, I have the screenshot of where Sean said to Tiff, "Will you come into my box on Favorited?" And that was 2 nights ago. That was on Saturday night. And the next day she's in there. So now a lot of you guys were saying, and as I said in the Discord yesterday, would you guys be willing to, come in and tell me what she was talking about? And, thank God there was somebody that uploaded it. So if there's any of the lies that I miss, if you'll put it in the chat, because from what I understand, everything she was saying, she lied so much about everything. So let me put this on. And as we're listening, I'm actually going to make myself something to eat because I haven't eaten yet today. Okay, she's almost up.
That sounds like, like I said, there's enough bullshit as it is. In fact, that sounds... Hold on. as she has it.
You could tell. You could tell going into his live too. He knew. He knew that Tiff was coming in. I've watched Sean enough to understand the way he talks, and this is the kind, caring Sean voice that he is using right now. And you can hear it. I mean, it's such bullshit. It's such a farce. Let's hear it.
Isn't it like Texas Tiff 1978 or some shit like that?
Yeah, like you don't know. You were just in her live. I don't know how long she was in there, but we're going to listen to the whole thing.
Hundreds of fucking people. Sorry, guys. I got to try to find this.
I mean, I don't know why she just didn't go in on a burner account.
No, I'll just...
Yeah, I was like, you can't have me blocked because how can I see it? I even went live for the first time ever. And I guess it wasn't the first time, probably like the second time on this app. I don't know. But I went live on my account to see if I could search you, to see if I could invite you.
Oh.
But it wouldn't. You wouldn't pop up. So
she was going to invite him in.
Stuff I had blocked you when you came in.
She was going to invite him in. Somebody who is has done all that nasty shit to people. But she was going to invite him into her live. Got it.
Yeah, it's very weird. So just to let you know, I'm up here to take accountability and to apologize for my behavior. I mean, I still think you're kind of a crappy man. You know, that's my personal feelings, though.
I'm just a guy that just fucking calls people out, and a lot of people just don't like it. I'm blunt to the point. No filter, remember?
Well, that's why.
You know, I have an issue with the whole cat situation and stuff, and I'm entitled to that. You know, you're entitled to your opinions as well. I think
because I didn't bring Callie with me and Liana.
No, there's many issues I have with the cat thing, but you know, there's nothing you can do now. You don't have any cats in your care now.
There was nothing I could have done anyway. They all have medical issues that were nothing that vet could have done. They don't make.
I'm just here
They don't make a needle small enough to be able to help little itty bitty kittens out. The kittens are like this big, and their veins are like.
I mean, that's not % true.
Your hair, you can strand your hair, and your hair is thicker than a kitten's vein.
No.
So,
I take many to the emergency clinic right up around the corner. They let you sit in there and everything. And I've sat there with heated inflatable bags and heated water bags and all kinds of stuff with
heat them up.
Not opened eyes kittens. So, but like I said, the reason why I'm here is like not to rear-end anyone, you know, not to stir up old wounds or anything. I stepped away from all of the awareness type, what I thought was awareness, because I joined it with the thought process that, yes, we're bringing awareness to people, you know, so they don't get, you know, potentially scammed. And the idea was to help those who needed help, you know, do things the right way. You know, as you remember, there was a time I offered up to tutor you, you know.
So would that right way be, as she did, contacting all the truck stops to find him in Texas? Would that be the right way? Because I didn't do that. She did that. Oh, she blames me for that? Yeah, I had nothing to do with that. Not a thing. I didn't call a single place. And this is Tiff telling people how awareness is supposed to be done, which is wild.
I tried to help you,
You did,
with
but
the
you also
DoorDash check.
you also have to take into consideration you done a lot of nasty shit towards me. So I didn't trust you.
Yes, I engaged in the bad behavior, and it got to a point where it just. I tried behind the scenes to talk to many people and say, look, there's awareness, and then there's obsession, and we should not be crossing the line.
There's awareness, and then there's obsession. Okay. Who was the one making mugs and making tumblers with his likeness on it? That wasn't me. And as I said, who's calling truck stops? That wasn't me. And, I went back because I wanted to make sure I reminded myself of certain things. And I think since beginning of October, maybe, I think I've streamed Sean maybe twice. Twice. Now, let's not forget, since I wasn't streaming him anymore, other people were streaming him. And who was one of the people that was streaming him? Tiff. Tiff was streaming him, along with a couple other people. So my question is, if she's trying to cover up her ass and trying to make herself look to be a better person than she actually is, she's failing. Because I stopped streaming Sean quite a while ago. Not only because he's boring as hell, but as I've said with Maggie and all that, and I've said this before, it comes to a point where what other information can you put out about somebody? Everybody knows about Sean. Everybody knows about Maggie. So why would I take the time to stream him every time he goes on when there's no other information except the same old that he's doing? And people in the know that. It's not like he's getting new people in his lives, unless, of course, it's people that we know on burner accounts that are going in there and pretending they're somebody else. And by that, I don't mean people from my lives. I mean people that say that they don't go over there and they do. So that right there, that comment pisses me off because I haven't been doing that for a long time. And did I go around and crow about it like, oh, I'm such a better person, I'm not doing this? No. But obviously Tiff needed to do that because there's that constant, you go girl, that she needs. Oh, you're so right, Tiff. You're so smart. Yeah, okay.
To obsession and bullying and harassment, if we're in this for awareness.
Or going real life
Right.
because these people were like, when Scammyclaus told Dan Bobby to continue doing what he's doing, that was her way of having somebody else do a bunch of nasty stuff to people.
And Sean, you can absolutely say that because you know what? Tiff liked Dan Bobby too and liked what he did over there. And that was also like almost a year ago. And really, that's what you're going to keep saying? Hey, anybody that makes videos about you, Sean, I'm 100% behind it.
It's a conversation that, hopefully you can have one day with those people. I can't speak on behalf of other people. Well, I'm just saying, I'm not here to speak on behalf of other people, their actions, and whatever else. I can only take accountability and take ownership for my wrongdoings. I can't take ownership and the accountability for others' wrongdoings. You know,
All right,
I
so,
just,
so
I can't.
I have a question for you. What stuff
Okay.
did you engage with on my case when you were? What did you?
I made the.
I can give you the answer to that before she says anything, okay? And let's see how honest she is. Everything. She was there for everything with Sean. Everything. Every step of the way. And she did above and beyond things.
I made the beginning. I did not make the meme of you with the binky coming out of his mouth. It looked like a rubber ducky, but it was a binky. That was not me. I don't know who made that. I did make a number of memes that I put on the cup and made into some stickers. And then I made the tumbler.
I wanted one of those tumblers, but I weren't
Are
going
you?
to pay for it.
This is what she's taking accountability for, making memes and coffee mugs.
Yeah,
And they should have been a lot bigger.
Well, I mean, people could order them in a bigger size if they wanted to. 20, it's just common size.
Put those back in. Put the emotional support tumblers back in.
No, I'm not going to do
Come
that
on.
because
I
done.
want one. That's this. I want a big one. I want a big one. And
It was done out of malice, and I don't want my business. I don't want my life. I don't want anything to do with things done out of malice. I don't.
Can you at least send me the template for it so I can have one made for me?
I mean, I could always, if you wanted one custom, I could make you one custom.
Of course.
I'm not going to restock it in my store.
Of course you will, Tiff. Of course. So she's going to send Sean a free tumbler now after everything we know about Sean. Everything we know about Sean, what he's done in his life. She's going to send him a tumbler.
I want the largest one they have.
Okay, but and I can talk to you about that, later. I'm not here to promote my store.
I'm going to make sure that it's actual yellow and not orange.
Oh, it is. It was just the lighting.
Oh, okay. And I'm sure that my supporters I have here would probably get one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not here to promote my store. I'm not
sure
here to
you're not.
No, I know you're not. I'm just requesting you.
You're not, but you said that you made those out of anger and being malicious, and you're not going to be selling them. But now that you know people want to buy them, you'll sell them. Got it.
I even put my own on there. I put my own, Sean-ism on there, Tiff, why don't you go to a jail and find another, inmate? Like, I poked fun of myself on there too. But I'm really trying to, I'm, as we know, like I've been through some shit and I am trying to heal properly.
We all know that. We all absolutely know that. Times 1,000. And one of the things that I don't think she understands, and this is another thing that people brought up. Every time she trauma dumped, there were people in my life, and I never thought about this, and I never thought about it until somebody brought it up. Every time she opened up her mouth about her trauma, there were people in my lives listening that had gone through something similar, and they felt a certain way about it. And by that, I mean it affected them in a negative way. And she made comments regarding the live that I had, the one live. And she's saying that I was not thinking about people in my live because it may have triggered them. Yet every time she went into a box, she was like the horse trigger from that old TV show.
from that. And I saw that my mental health was not in a good place when I was in with that, with a particular,
Group of people, yeah.
And they really did not seem to care much about that. When I had,
and let me tell you what she's referring to, okay? And I referred to this already. One of the last texts she sent me was all about shit that she's going through, okay? And what she was going through at the time. Because if you remember correctly, people were starting to look at her in terms of what the relationship with her ex husband, all the other stuff, okay? She sent me an email, a text message about that. And that was after she sent me the email and all that. And at that time, I was going through a lot of stuff too, with Florida Man doing stuff, other people making videos about me all the time. And she texted me and it was all about her. And from what I've been able to gather, and my opinion is she's pissed at me because I didn't support what she was going through. I didn't reach out to her and say, oh, I'm so sorry for what you're going through, and oh, it's not fair and all that. This is the same person, though, who in that email made a comment that don't keep rehashing stuff that people say about you, because the more you go on lives and defend yourself, the more it looks like you're trying to hide something. And that's what I said to her, because, she was making it sound like nobody came to her defense when all this shit was happening. And I made a comment regarding, it was something about the cat rescue, because somebody was saying that she doesn't really have a cat rescue and all that. I reached out to her and said, do you have a tax number for your cat organization? And I was going to make a video with the tax ID number and say, pretty much stop the bullshit. She has a real organization. And she went into this whole thing, and then I said, well, I was going to help you out, but I'm going to go with what you said. And I'm not going to keep bringing stuff up, because if you keep defending something, it makes you look like you're hiding something. So I think she got pissed off. And another reason why I think that is because I got a clip of Truth's Live where she was again talking about me. And she made a comment about, oh, well, people that, creators that when you message them, it's all about TikTok. But I know I can call Truth any time of the night or the day, and I can call her and she'll talk to me about me. I heard Truth is in FM's Discord. We pegged that one too. That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise. She told me before everything was over that she blocked all those people over there. She said after that one live she had, she blocked all of them because she didn't want them in her live anymore. But lo and behold, again, I got screenshots. Florida Man goes into her live all the time. But again, all of this stuff, I saw it coming after all this happened. Okay? I'm not surprised. Again, all of this stuff, I saw it coming after all this happened. Okay? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Learned that, a particular person who I confided in and who I looked up to was talking shit about what I had gone through behind my back and like making fun of it.
If she's referring to me, I never made fun of it. I absolutely did call her a trauma dumper. Absolutely. Because guess what? That's exactly what she was doing. Absolutely. I never made fun of what she went through. Never. And if she said that somebody told her I would like to see a receipt of that. I will absolutely say I have called her a trauma dumper, as hundreds of others on this app have said. In fact, she texted me the day that she went to court a couple months back when it made the news and all that because the Cowboys kicker was on the jury. And I was in contact with her during the day there. And I, of course, gave her the high five and, oh, that's fantastic. And I have never made fun of what she went through. Never. But again, I absolutely have referred to her as a trauma dumper. 100%.
After,
I
after the fact that,
actually know who that is, and I'm sorry that group's doing that towards you.
Yeah, I'm not here to name anybody. Yeah, I'm not here to name anybody.
I'm here to name somebody. Texas Tiff, you're being called out. We all know who you're talking about. The only difference is I have the balls to say, yeah, we're talking about Texas Tiff.
We all know. We already know.
So, I'm not sure why my name is being brought into things, in such a negative manner when I haven't said anything about anyone. I literally just
Seriously, Tiff? And I'm sorry I keep pausing, but you referred to me as a narcissist. You made multiple videos about me and my platform without saying my name, but you don't understand why people keep bringing up your name. And when the fuck have I even said your name until now? I mean, in passing a couple times, maybe. But I'm trying to think. I don't think I've said anything about you in a negative light. Because I tried to keep all this off the app. Sean said she knew exactly what her ex did, but she still got with him. I don't know about that. And that's something also, maybe I'll go over that. I'll go over that.
away quietly, but just
I have a
couple
question.
days.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. I do have a question because there's a video popping up that's been sent to me that I've seen. Are you talking to that guy that's got like all the teeth kind of missing on his face and he's got the sword?
Yes.
I had concern about what you were saying to him. I don't know if it was something that was like pre-planned to kind of get him to, say something or whatever.
That I can speak on. I can speak on that because Truth already addressed it in her live. So that night, we had been watching him for a little bit. He was jokingly nicknamed, I think Truth called him Demon Daddy. And I'll even say Scammy was joking around too. Demon Daddy. Because he would just like stare at the camera.
Absolutely, I gave him that nickname.
Your soul was being sucked out of your body.
He gives me the creeps.
It was really creepy.
Because he was under the influence of something and he was
obviously.
in that peak euphoria moment.
Yeah, Sean, you don't know. No, he actually has some mental health concerns and he has a huge anger management problem. And as people found out later, he is on a directory, if you know what I mean. But what he's referring to, pivot, what he's referring to is when Tiff went in there and was flirting with him. Now, I was trying to think back. I do not think I was in that live when it happened. Or if I was not in there long. Because this is not the first time she's done that. Like she did to Sean. Now, as I said, I haven't heard this, so let's hear what her explanation of that is. And if I can find it, I'll play part of the live when she was in Ty's box.
Where you just kind of like...
Obviously. Yeah, he was just kind of someone we stumbled upon. And we just kind of watched here and there. And he would like blow up and start yelling at like family members. There were people going in there, whether they were his family or not. They were going in there saying that they were his family. And there was no reference to his charges, to his history.
That doesn't even have anything to do with that.
If I can have my mods go ahead and remove
I'm not supporting Sean. And I don't need to date anybody to be a happy person, but thank you. I just got my divorce finalized. I'm really just trying to heal. So I'm not thirsty for anyone. Actually, I do have a TikTok crush I like to stare at, and he's local, and he just added me to it. But, that's a whole other thing.
We won't say
whether or not I talk to him.
Please, oh my God, don't fucking say too much, because they're gonna start fucking with him too.
So with Ty, nobody was aware of his previous charges. Nobody was aware of who he actually was, and this has been proven. Because there was another person in TikTok as well that runs with Florida Man. And she had gone into his live, I guess, like a day or two after this incident happened. And she was actually trying to be, I believe, a helpful person, She didn't do what I did, but, she was trying to be a helpful person. And she was being...
And what did you do, Tiff? You going to say what you did?
And drug for the same thing too, saying that she was a P3DO sympathizer and whatnot. Oh, hey, no, cow. So, there was a live done. I believe it was Scammy who hosted the live, and it was proven that, I went back to a group text that I still have.
Okay, so she's obviously skirting the issue. Okay? The whole thing with her going into his live, she wasn't being called out because of his criminal record. She was being called out for her behavior. So let me check to see. I took a screenshot of somebody's page who had the videos of her talking to Ty. Let me see. I hope it uploaded on my iPad. Let me see. I think it has. Okay, so let me go to this person. No, that's not it. Give me 1 second, folks, so I can find the... Hold on. Or if anybody in there are... Okay, yes. Thank you, yes. I took a screenshot of your page because I knew you had them on there. I appreciate that. So let me pull those up, and I will let you hear what she's not admitting to. Okay? Call out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my tripod so you could see what she did. You know, we've all seen some of the videos she makes of herself on TikTok for her page. You know, they can be a little, you know, a little revealing, which, you know, is fine. If you want to do that, you go, girl. It's funny, though, because somebody brought it up in Discord yesterday, too. She used to tag me all the time in those videos. In those, like, thirsty videos. I was not at all interested in those. And then a lot of people in Discord said, oh, my God, she tagged me, too. She tagged me, too. But you're going to see what she did in Ty's live when she pulled her shirt down so he could see her tattoos a little more. Now, again, she's referring to the fact that he, that he's a registered pedo and all that. That's not what Sean was referring to. So let's go here first.
I gave up my whole career for him, so like I'm a true ride or die. But I feel like if me the second time he got out too, and I was an officer, I gave up my whole career for him, so like I'm a true ride or die. But I feel like if you and I started talking and we hit it off, I feel like you'd be there to protect me.
Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't? You know, I protect my aunts here that are basically going through a rough time, and she's been stolen from and everything else, and I've been trying to hunt these people down.
What do you think about cats?
I got 16 of them.
You have 16? Oh, I have 15 in my care right now. I do a cat rescue.
I have 16 plus 4 more.
Yeah, here's Cow.
Oh, what a sweetie. Hi, good little one.
Domestic short hair Maine Coon.
Ooh, feisty little one then. Those Maine Coons.
Yeah, his father passed away a couple months ago, so.
He looks nice and calm.
He is very nice and calm. You love mama? You love mama?
This isn't the only video I'm going to show you.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
So seriously, like, would you try to get to know me to try to like maybe go on a date since you're going to be on the road?
Well, I am planning on being on the road, but I have to get my stuff together because I just recently got my job and my baby.
I'm a disabled vet. I'm paid 100%. Every month. It's guaranteed. Plus, I shop on the base. I have base access. Have you ever been on a base?
No, I have not lived on the base before.
You could go tour the base. I'll give you a tour of the base over here. Me the second time he got out.
So, she's saying that she's trying to disavow herself going in there, saying she didn't know that he was on the registry, which is accurate, okay? What she's not admitting to is she was effing flirting with the guy for shits and giggles.
And turkey's roasted. Oh, girls, you can fuck. Your mind, it's raining.
This is a screenshot. Oh, can we see your awesome ink? Ooh, can I see the back? Yeah, I'm going to take care of him. I don't think he is interested in me. He won't even follow me back and look at I can't see what that
Box,
stuff is.
You want to go buy Pee-Pee?
You know what? I think I'm just going to stick with Pete.
Pete, I like it.
I like you too.
You really want me to, Texas Tiff?
It's been a while. So I'm saying,
You really want to speak, huh?
Well, guys, should I let her? Nah, he tired. Shit. This is natural energy, guys. Come on now. All right. Let's hear it. I'll accept.
Now watch us.
Hola.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing okay. How about you, girl?
Not too bad. So see, I just got my throat done.
Oh, that's nice.
I have both sides of my neck and
Really?
Jesus.
Wow.
all over.
Oh, I know how that goes, you know. Gotta tie ourselves up somehow.
I'm a Sagittarius too. My birthday's December 11th. When's yours?
Second.
December 2nd. Ooh,
Yep.
look at that. We can celebrate our birthdays together.
Yeah, quite easily too. Especially during the birthday month, during the Christmas months.
So I know you said you're not ready, but what if we like cross paths, we hooked up, we went on, my artist does blindfold tattoos if you like to live on the edge for $100. Like this is one of them.
Ooh.
Yeah. And what if we were like alone and I looked at you and I said, choke me daddy, what would you do?
Oh, God. You know, that's one thing I do not like, about...
And I'm sorry for the triggering content here, folks. I find it very ironic that she would joke about something like that when how many times have we heard her trauma story about what happened to her and her ex-husband? But that's funny. Choke me, daddy. And, I remember after this live where Truth was streaming this, okay? And I remember going in either the next day or the day after saying, that wasn't right. Tiff shouldn't be doing that. That's not funny.
Choking is, I'm totally against that because of what I went through with my past relationship with that box, huh?
So that was that one. I don't know.
She would. All right, well, I'm going to hop down. You know
right.
how to message me.
Yes, I do.
So.
I'm on live, just chilling, vibing, But if you want it really seriously, I just got to get things transitioned, though, there, sweetie. That's all I need to do.
All right.
I've been trying to hold up my end of the deal with my aunts here, and I got things to fix here before I take off.
I waited for someone to get out of prison for 8.5 years, so.
Well, I've been out for a long, long time, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm clean. I'm next.
Okay. Well, get your shit together. Tell me how I can help, okay?
All right, no problem. I will let you know.
Okay. Bye.
All right, sweetie. Bye. Okay, all the way down.
So he's kind of thinking now that...
All right, not a problem.
That, there's this woman that's kind of interested in him. People are saying, oh, she's so nice. I think she's falling in love with you.
All right, Beggars, you're a moderator.
Let me check the Discord now because somebody just said they sent something. So let me see this.
Yeah, she is nice. How did I get on the registry? Because some stupid female decided to put me there. How about that? Lied about everything. All because she wanted fucking money. So she destroyed my fucking life. Because of all of this. When I was 17 years old. I was 17. She was 15. 15, and 14. All three of them were all in on it together and planned on it. All right? I was at a college party with the...
Now, just so you know, this was after she was in a box, okay? This wasn't before. This was after. But this is what Ty is all about.
friend, and they thought I was cute, and I thought they didn't. I thought they were not. I thought they were evil and everything. And lo and behold, they mickeyed my drink, and there was a secret indictment on my ass.
A secret
And on
indictment.
my 18th birthday, I got nailed. I got framed. But you people don't want to fucking listen about it. Women have to be so goddamn evil just when they want something. I should have never showed up at a college party. That's my mistake right there alone. So that was my goddamn mistake. Showing myself to a goddamn fucking college party. Because a fucking female only wanted fucking money, and I said no. Block party for Galen. Block party. Block party. Block party. Block party. Block party. Block. 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 Block.
Wow.
Block. Block. Pissing me off. Why does people have to ruin my mood? As much as I hate telling the fucking truth, someone needs to talk to you. Honestly, someone needs to talk to you, Mr. Charlotte. Someone needs to fucking put a screw loose to your head. Someone needs to screw your head on, mister.
Right. What happened was he pled guilty to the action. And he was in prison, and he's on a registry. So again, that was after the whole Tiff situation. But I can tell you, prior to her going in there, we had discussions in Truth's Live about how it seemed like he had some mental health issues. And we knew that there were people that were going in there and pretending to be like his brother, his quote unquote daughter, and all this. And Tiff went in there and did that. So she can lie and she could say what she wants to about, trying to spin this. That, the whole story was about this guy being a pedo and, but she said, but no, we didn't know about that until after. She's not admitting the fact that she went in there and did all that stuff that I just played for you. And that's fucked up. I mean, if she's going to take accountability like she says, then she needs to take accountability and say, yeah, I did go there under false pretenses. Because that's exactly what they did. What she did, I should say.
That had Truth and Scammy and I. And in that group text is where Truth typed, I dare you to say, choke me, daddy. So I was able to find that.
I'm going to go back.
I was able to find.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to go back through my texts because I don't remember that. I do not remember that because I would have said something like, that's kind of gross considering what she's gone through. But before I absolutely say one way or another, I want to be safe and I'll check my texts.
The text and get the timestamp, and the date. And it was proven that myself, Truth, and the other person who had been in his live did that before Scam Slam and Scammy had like a live outing his charges, or I at least know Scam Slam had a live, and she did hers like on
wasn't my
the
live
15th, and like all this happened like almost a week, like 5 days before she hosted her live outing his charges. So as soon as I was aware of his charges, I blocked him.
But you didn't explain why you went in there and was flirting with him. The charges had nothing to do with it at this point. That's not what he was calling you out for. Sean asked you about going into his lives and your behavior in there.
Blocked him immediately because I was like, oof, no thank you, no,
Right.
no.
That makes sense. You know, I mean,
And that's right.
why
And that
searches with
live, that
something like that?
one,
You know,
right, that one clip went around, and I started getting drug hard by Florida Man and his crew because of that one clip, and because I was friends with someone in particular. So it really put me in a bad place with my mental health. And I told the person I confided in, you know, that I went to the hospital. Like, this stuff is serious. When it's pushed too far, this stuff is serious, and someone is going to get hurt. I had the wherewithal to
and it's
see
not just,
that.
it's not just, it's
Yes, this is, yeah, so I guess it's my fault because I didn't reach out to her and say, oh my God, are you okay? Are you this? Are you that? After this whole thing. Right, and she was flirting with him. She was flirting with him. Nobody said that when she was in the box in Ty's Live that it was after his charges came to light. Nobody said that. She knew exactly what she was doing. Yep. She did the same thing to Sean. Yep. It is a victim mentality.
not just that one person, though. They
Right,
do
it's
this
not.
to multiple people. You know, I don't have any of the charges that they claim that I have. You know, people get
Well,
paid for
I'm not here to
drugs,
speak on that either. I'm not here to speak on any of that.
people. You know, I don't have any of the charges that they claim that I have. You know, people get
Well,
paid for
I'm not here to
drugs,
speak on that either. I'm not here to speak on any of that. I'm just, again, here to take my accountability and own up to my behavior.
But you haven't taken
Um,
any.
so that really was soul crushing to know that someone that you looked up to, someone that you trusted, someone who knew that your mental health had been shaken, didn't put forth the energy that they were putting forth for others, to
There
defend
it
and
is.
protect.
There it is.
Now, and then I find out that they're talking shit about.
Remember, a week before this, I came in alive and said, I am not stepping up for anybody anymore. I said, I'm not doing it because whenever I stick up for somebody, it comes back to bite me in the ass. Right, exactly, and I'll read it. Meanwhile, she gets into Ty's box to mess with him, and he has some serious mental health problems. Exactly.
My actual experience, and now trying to downplay it as if they were there, saying I should have known something about my abuser. I should have known better. I should have known something.
I have to tell you, I am sorry for what I said to you or about you with that whole situation. I am sorry about that. And I was just really heated up, and I was just being an asshole. And I am sorry about it, truly. I am sorry about it. And I don't believe in anybody doing anything towards anybody like that at all. And, I know I apologized for it before, and I'm not looking for your forgiveness on it. I just want you to know that I am truly sorry.
I appreciate that. I mean, but for someone to say that someone should have known something without being there themselves in the situation.
Well, see, the thing about it is, you have criminals like that hide the facts, and they're very good at it.
I put it all in my book. Like, I put it all.
Is it? Oh, there's a push for her book, and you like how Sean is backpedaling now? I mean, I've talked about this stuff before. All the people that left FM and are, so, talking about him now and all that, and they've all gotten together and, you know, here's Tiff going over to Sean, and now they're hate bonding. And Sean said some really horrible things about Tiff. And again, we know all the horrible things that Sean has done, and yet she still went over there.
In my book. And you would think if there was something I should have known, something I was lying about, you think someone within the situation, would speak up and say something. I've been very, very vocal about it.
So it's everybody's situation is different.
And there are people that I worked with at the time that still follow me on social media. So there are people who can speak if they want to. They can say their opinions. They can say whatever.
The problem is they're afraid to say something because the second they say something, they already know that they're going to start getting trolled.
No,
it's just they're not going to
put out there, and they'll do whatever they can and something. They already know that they're going to start getting trolled.
No,
it's just they're not going to
put out there, and they'll do whatever they can and.
Not everybody. It's just they're not gonna. Not everybody. No, it's just they're not gonna.
Put out there, and they'll do whatever they can, and
Not everybody. I don't either, and I'm slightly embarrassed that I even responded to Dan Bobby's idiotic claims and behavior last night.
You got Dan Bobby and you got Toxic Fabrication, and they work closely with Scammyclaus.
Huh. Okay, now, first of all, that's a pile of crap, Sean. Dan Bobby does his own thing. The only reason why I know Dan Bobby is because he trolls the shit out of you. That's it. I don't even know what his real name is. And Toxic Fabrication, he's come in to my live, or she, I think it's a he. He's come in a couple times. I've never been in contact with him. And Sean makes it sound like we all plan stuff behind the scenes against him. That's not true.
I'm not here again. This is not about Scammyclaus.
When they found out that I was in...
Tiff, please. It's not about Scammyclaus. Okay.
Your chat, they both came in and started running their face.
I'm not going to point fingers at Scammyclaus or anyone else. I will just speak on the people who actually did something. Toxic, as far as I know, has not, posted anything. He did act rude and disrespectful.
Toxic. Okay, let me explain. He's running that for
at best on what he's doing.
You probably shouldn't have. You probably shouldn't have doxed your address. But I have a feeling.
I don't give a fuck.
I have a feeling that where you're at is in a gated type community, so you should be.
Doesn't matter.
You should be okay anyway. And you got enough brothers and sisters that live in that community that will absolutely back you up.
That doesn't even matter either. I'm not afraid of anything that they're doing. What I don't like, what I find horrific in their behavior and their choices, is that they are spreading a false narrative and misleading people who look up to them and trust them for information. That I care about.
Scammyclaus is good for that. Scammyclaus is really good for that. I know you.
I'm not pointing. Yeah.
Tiff, stop. What false information, Tiff? Because guess what? All the information that was put out, you were right there the whole time. And not once did you say, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this true? Because everything that I've put out about him is information that we've heard from the family or information that we were able to call him out on lies because we listen to him and we catch him in his lies. So tell me again, Tiff. What false information?
You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to
Now,
say you're not pointing
on
fingers. You're not.
on the
I'm
other
just saying
side,
Scammyclaus does that very thing. She
I mean,
utilizes
you're entitled to your
information.
opinion.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you're definitely entitled to your opinion. And
you
as
and I
far as
both
my
know.
opinion, I don't feel all opinions need to be aired out. You know, we all have an asshole, and we don't walk around with our cheeks spread showing everyone. So, you know, I think there's a time and place for things.
I'm going to disagree with that because you know what, Tiff? You have been showing that you're an asshole for the past couple weeks. And you going into his live and saying that you're taking accountability, but yet you're not taking any accountability shows.
So, you know, did it
Calm down.
did
Tuffy,
it disappoint me?
fine.
Did it break my heart to hear that someone was downplaying a DV situation? Yes. Did it break my heart to know that
when did I downplay her DV situation? I'm still waiting to hear that.
someone decided to burn my profile picture and, you know, gifts I personally designed and sent to said person? Yeah, that's completely uncalled for. You know, I didn't sit and take my time to.
It's called cleansing. It's called cleansing for the new year, Tiff. Read about it. Listen, if it's looping for you, come back in, okay? Because it seems like a lot of people, it's fine.
Create something for someone, you know, to hold above their head or anything later. Like I told one person and showed one person what I had made and what I was sending, you know, because I didn't do it for like a big applause or a big spotlight. I did because I felt like that person was generally my friend, you know, and that's what you do for friends, you know. I just, yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't. It was disgusting. It was immature. It was uncalled for. It only stirs the pot.
I'm going to tell you what, though, Tiff. Getting rid of that stuff, to me, was cleansing. It was wonderful. After seeing all the shit that you said about me in the videos, getting rid of that is how I get rid of people out of my life permanently. And to know that that stuff is no longer in my orbit, it's a good feeling.
I personally address it past what I just said. No, it doesn't warrant any kind of, you know, spotlight either.
I have a question for you. What is your
Sure.
opinion about these groups? I'm just going to say there's groups because we're not going to name any specific names. Do you think it's okay for these groups to contact people's family members to try to destroy their life?
Now, I'm going to tell you what. I have never reached out to a family member of his. Never. And I would like him to show where I have because they have reached out to me. I have never reached out to his family members. So there's that.
You are
I don't
aware
think
that
it's
they've
okay
done that?
for.
They've done that. They've done that
Yes.
to me. They've done that.
I actually was not in the live, you know, and I would dare anyone who's watching right now who wants to say that I was part of it, find a live where there was, you know, where, let's just say it, Sean's mother. I was not in that live.
Wait, did she say she wasn't in that live? Did she say, I dare you to find proof that she was in the live? Okay. Okay, Tiff. I hope you're watching from a burner. I hope you're watching. Brandy, you get the absolute credit for this one. Oh, will you look at that? Will you look at that? Lo and behold, here is the live, okay, that had the people from Sean's family in there. And will you look at that? I feel like my suspicion I expressed the other day is correct. So, Tiff, do you want to say again that you were not in that live? You really want to? So remember, Tiff, during that live where they talked about Sean and his childhood and why he was no longer in that home, why mom, did what she felt like she needed to do, and you heard all the information, and you heard the information about what he did to another animal with a teapot. You were there, and you went into his live. Oh, wait a minute. So Tiff was in a box with Tank Lip, who's another scammer on this app. And it says here, someone just sent me this and told me that Texas Tiff was flirting with Tank Lip in September. Wow. Well, I'm sure, we'll have to see if we can find that clip somewhere. That's interesting. But again, not to get thrown off here. She just said that she dares anybody to find where she was in that live. And lo and behold, and this will be posted. This will be posted on somebody's channel. But there it is. The pictures are in the box of who they are. And it was definitely his family. And she says, I feel like my suspicion I expressed the other day is correct. Welcome in, everybody. So, okay. You dared, and Brandy found it. So, again, another lie. This is ridiculous. But let's keep listening to this bullshit.
Do I communicate
Wait,
with
my mom
someone?
was. Wait, hold on.
Your
My
mom
mom-
was involved in some live. Your mom and your sister. I
Yeah,
guess.
you were in there.
I don't know. I wasn't.
I would
I
love
wasn't
to
in
see
the
that. I
live.
haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. So I heard,
It's hearsay that they're saying, oh well, Sean's mom was in the live.
I don't know. I don't
So
know.
nobody posted
I don't
it.
know.
Nobody posted it.
Yeah. Oh, wait,
I haven't looked for it.
Right. We didn't post it. I don't think we posted it, right? I don't think it was posted because of the... Oh, no, we did not post it. I think because Luann's kids were in a box, if I remember correctly. Is that right? Because I think in that same live, Luann's kids came up. Yep. Okay. Okay, got it.
Because I haven't seen it either, and I'm sure that my group here, my mods would.
Do I communicate with? I do communicate with a person that does. I can't speak on how they feel about you or whatever, but I communicate with that person because I think that she is a nice human being and, a great mother. And I don't communicate with said person to sit and just talk about you.
Oh, the video
And
of
I
my
really
sister
haven't.
talking to my mom on the phone. Yeah, I've seen that video. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't even seen the video. I wasn't in the live.
I have. My sister kind of took things out of contents on that one. And then my mom.
No, I wasn't even in
I
that live.
blocked him on
And I
everything when she
dare.
didn't. So.
I dare someone to pull up proof that I was, because I was not even in that live. And I wasn't in that live because of what they were doing. I missed the live. I don't remember what I was doing. So it's not like me trying to be holier than thou, like I can't be in there. No, I probably would have been in the live. But for whatever reason, I was not in the live.
Sure, Jan.
Did you see the thing where my daughter fucking turned around and told people that I fucking threw her mother down the stairs when she was pregnant?
I was not in that live either.
That was the same live, Tiff, and yes, you were there.
I didn't catch every single live.
Like, that's why I don't talk to Alyssa anymore.
With it or whatever should be aired on the app. Yeah, and that's your right to do. I don't think that issue should be spoken about on an app.
Oh, it does when it's a lie. It does. She came onto the app.
I mean,
and lied about it.
Why is there a need for justification with people you don't even know? That's the point I got to, and that's why I'm embarrassed that I entertained responding and doing anything towards the stupid things that Bobby put out.
You can keep talking. I'm responding to Death Wish here. Yeah, families.
No, that's why I'm embarrassed with my behavior for responding to what Bobby put out there, because it doesn't need any justification or clarification. If people are going to believe it, then that's on them. Grown people who really actually respect someone and respect their opinion, they try to seek, the truth, right? If you see something reported that someone's doing and it seems completely out of character for that person, why don't you go talk to that person privately? And find out if maybe there's something else going on. Because I've seen the comments left on those videos, and please, I said it in a video I posted. If you have unfollowed me because of some false narrative, that you just chose to believe without speaking to me, then just keep unfollowing me. Don't try to refollow me, because I don't need that.
To be honest, Tiff, I don't think you have to worry about telling people. I don't think you do.
Around me, I am a strong enough person, and I'm trying to build my mental health up better to where I was before what happened to me. And with that, like, I know if I am someone's, if I see someone as a friend, if I see someone as someone that, I respect, and I see something being put out there that seems out of their character, I'm going to first be more concerned about why my friend or the person I'm looking up to is acting out of character, and I'm going to message them and be like, hey, everything okay? I just saw this. Like, what's going on? I'm not going to see something and then be like, oh my God, I'm unfollowing her. Yeah. This person says she's crazy, so she must be crazy.
Yeah, I've learned a very valuable lesson, is to not go based off of hearsay. If you don't have actual proof, there's been many times where people are like, oh, I have proof that you did this, or I have proof that somebody said this, and they never show it.
Right.
It's just their way.
And as people saw, right, and as people saw just today, I'm clearly not sitting with Sean or sitting here cozying up to Sean.
As she's sitting with Sean. And as he's in her live the night before, inviting her to go over to Favorited, and she does. And he's not blocked on her account either.
At all. And he had to unblock me for me to come in today to talk.
I literally just unblocked you
So,
before you came into the box.
right. So for this false narrative of Tiff has found a new felon. Well, how have I found a new felon? Just because you saw Sean come into my live and type some stuff, and
That's what they do.
you know, I told him I would come into his live if he was live today. You know, oh my
Exactly.
gosh, you really just
I'm sorry, Tiff, but guess what? We pegged that a while ago that this would happen. We pegged this a while ago. This is not a surprise. This is not a surprise at all. And based on the video that Dan Bobby made, my guess is he saw that and he made the video on it because he knew what was about to happen. Please check Discord. Okay, hold on. Oh. Huh. Tiff was in another scammer's live. Here, I'll show this picture. I want to make sure that there's no, okay, here you go. We all know who that is. That's another one that Truth used to follow all the time. I agree with that message. It is totally, it's optional to choose kindness. I don't really understand that. Oh, and she was a mod for him. What? Wow. Had I known this back on October 16th, I would have booted her out. I didn't know about this. Oh, Jesus. A shout out to the person who sent this. Thank you. Thank you. God, this just keeps getting better. This just keeps getting better. So far, flirting with Sean, flirting with Ty, in Tank Lip's box, and he is a big old beggar on this app. And then he was in that other guy's. Wow. Hey, listen, I'm not telling anybody to block Tiff or anything. I said it before with the whole thing with Truth. I don't care what you guys do. I don't care whose lives you go in. Because, there were times where Truth and I were definitely cutting up and it was a good time. And there were times when it was nice having Tiff around. So don't just listen to everything and then you make a decision. Okay?
outed me. Oh my gosh, they know about us now, Sean. What? And I love how people are so quick, and I've seen all of you who commented. I love how you guys are so quick to not ask for proof of a claim from people that you sit with.
You proved it to us.
But you want proof from everyone else.
You proved it to us, Tiff, because look where you are. You proved it to us. Sean was in your live. He invited you to go to Favorited, and you did it. So what proof do we need? You proved it for us.
else of the truth that they try to come out with, or what everyone else is saying.
The fake truth, the fake news.
Right, because I had to do it in 2 parts for my live because it was, too long to post in one video. But I posted part 1 and part 2 where I was responding to you and to them on voice. So they could hear I'm not talking shit about anybody. I'm standing my ground, and I'm just trying to create a positive healing environment, and I'm just trying to return to the things that I did before the abuse.
Yes,
to reclaim my life. It wasn't like Sean and I were having just like this, hey, it's been a while, let's, catch up. No, he asked me if I'd come into his box to have a talk. That was it. I am not a person that blocks a lot of people. I never have been, because it takes a second for that same asshole
to create
a new account and come back in.
There's something where she's looking for attention, props from guys. And yeah, I just said it. Validation. Yep.
And they will, and that's fine. And I'm going to try to lead by example of how to properly just live your life.
Oh my God.
With people coming at you. Because honestly, I have very little respect for someone who's going to talk big and bad about people and do things that they're complaining about the other person doing. The hypocrisy.
The thing about it is, half the things that they're saying aren't even fucking true. They're not true. They say so much stuff, and what it is, it's a rumor that's being.
So wait, so Tiff just said that the stuff that is being said about Sean is not true. Did you hear that? Let me go back a little bit. Listen.
Talk big and bad about people and do things that they're complaining about the other person doing. The hypocrisy.
The thing about it is, half the things that they're saying aren't even fucking true. They're not true. They say so much stuff, and what it is, it's a rumor that's being spread over the internet over an app. And their followers, I believe you because I've been following you for a while, and you've always told the truth. Same thing with Scammyclaus. Scammyclaus does the same thing. The
only thing I'm going to say,
Dean does the same thing.
I'm not talking about. I'm just
going through the people that I know who have, on my side, not on your side. This is strictly stuff that's happened with me.
What I will say is that while I was
got on my case, followed and believed.
While I was making my decision, on whether I was going to walk away or not, I sat there and I thought about a lot of things. And I thought about how someone I looked up to and trusted, talked about court papers, legal documents, right? But we never saw them. But we didn't see them, and nobody ever asked to see them.
And they don't. People will sit there and say, "Oh, well, I have proof." Well, let's see it. I don't know how many times there's been multiple, hundreds of people.
That was never said about these papers, right? That was never said about these papers.
What is she talking about?
Now, during that time, you were doing some dirty shit that you shouldn't have done, involving an address.
I never disclosed that address. Other people disclosed that address.
Yeah, this is where Sean claims he never doxed me, even though he had a sticky note. I believe it was like a lime green that had my information on it. He read off of it and doxed all my information the day before Easter. And then once he realized he fucked up, the same day, he called my police. He called my police and said that I was fraudulently using his social security number for fraud. But he didn't give that information out, right? He didn't do it.
I'm
telling you,
were going to,
I
and
did
that's
not
all I can go on.
disclose. I did not disclose that address. I read it in the chat, and I'm like, that address seems familiar to me.
All I can go on is what I witnessed, you know.
I actually don't have anybody's address. All those mushrooms I mailed out, I've actually used when I was in Falfordius. I still had them, and we couldn't get the wood going. We only had very little lighter fluid, so I put the lighter fluid in there, and I crumpled them up the papers and used that as to help him start his barbecue grill. So
I mean, I hope you understand that that's wrong to do. That is going too far.
I did, but I didn't disclose the information.
She didn't
Well, during that time, it's still wrong to even say you're going to.
Tiff, you know what? And that's again where you're a weak-kneed bitch. Because you were there when he doxed my information. You know damn well he doxed it. But you're not going to sit there and do what's right and say, Sean, you did dox her information. She was live. And you put all of her information out. You're not going to say that though, right? But shit, you went ballistic when you had your address posted on your website for your store. And was it Sean? I think it was Sean who showed it during one of his lives. And she was like, oh, well, my granddaughter comes over here and this and that. Really? Really?
I suggest you're going to. Whether you did or you didn't.
It was for her to leave me the fuck alone. And she didn't.
Well, whether you did or you didn't, you know, that all never should have happened.
I did not give out her address. I didn't give out her address. Somebody else did.
So, but what I will say is that as a friend who has a friend who's concerned about, you know, dangerous situations, yes, I'm going to try to find the fucker that's making my friend concerned, you know? So yes, I did pay attention to the scenery, and yes, I did use it was literally the maps. I posted a video showing how I did it. You know, because
when I was at that.
Hold on a minute. So she's saying now that she did what she did for my safety? What? So and let me make sure I'm clear up if I'm reading this wrong. Is she saying she did what she did to find where he was in a truck stop in Texas? She did it for me, for my safety? Clear up if I'm reading this wrong. Is she saying she did what she did to find where he was in a truck stop in Texas? She did it for me, for my safety? She did it for me, for my safety? Is that... He doxed me in March or April. What was he doing that was personally threatening me when he was in Texas? The truck stop stuff was all about her. She said she was going to figure out where he was. And she found like the picture with a tree in the background. And then she decided to go and look for that. And then she sent me pictures. Ooh, I found where he is. Ooh, I'm going to call the truck stops and see if he's there or not.
Gas station there and truck stop.
You held up the cup. You held up a cup.
Well, yeah, but how many of the cups are in Texas?
Yeah, so I had to look for the gas stations, and then I looked at Google Earth, and I found the same little bush tree right in the parking lot of a gas station that matched the gas station cup. It was that easy.
Well,
so people, internet safety, pay attention to your surroundings.
You doing that? putting my life in jeopardy, and you know.
And I apologize for that. You know,
That
now,
doesn't
was I
change the
doing it
fact
for
that
your life in danger?
I was no longer allowed to go back to that truck stop because of that. You know that, right? Because they got
Was I
hundreds
doing
of calls.
it?
Hundreds of calls.
Right. Was I doing it?
Hundreds of calls? Bullshit. Bullshit. These two are made for each other. The lies are just ridiculous.
For malice intentions? No. I was doing it to try to help a friend be able to take care of documents.
The whole court thing. Look, she said that.
The documents? What am I going to do, Tiff? Am I going to serve him in a parking lot? Are you serious? No. You did it because you wanted to find where he was. He didn't even have a place to live. He didn't have a mailbox. He didn't have anywhere. What was finding him in a parking lot having to do with me? And Sean, I'm not even going to comment on all the court stuff because I've discussed what happened with that stuff months ago. Months ago. And I'm not talking about it because I know you're dying to know what happened with it. So good luck with that.
That I had a warrant for my arrest. Look, I've dealt with a law enforcement. I've actually been to court.
Which is another thing, right? And that's another thing too, that people just, it was never asked to see the proof. Nobody ever asked to see the proof of any claims. Whether the claims are true or not, I can't say because there was never anything shown, which is odd to me
something along the lines of that she talked to a detective. Well, if a detective is involved, the detective, his job or her job is to investigate, which means that's both sides.
No, that's not
just
true.
her side.
Sorry, Sean. No, it's not because I was the one who made the report. They're not going to contact you. What happens is they investigate the claim that I made. And then if they find sufficient evidence, then they forward it on to a court, to a judge, to see if they'll sign off on the warrant for it. And obviously the attorneys for the state would have to decide whether or not to do it. Yeah, she's saying I was lying. Now, if you guys remember correctly, I showed you guys all the text messages from the detective that was doing it. I showed the updates on it. And when the judge denied a warrant, which took about 4 or 5 months, I talked about it. So again, tell the fucking truth, you two.
Also my side.
True.
I actually contacted. She said something along the lines of it was a detective in her town. So I actually contacted the closest town to her because her town didn't have that kind of whatever. What? It was another. It's a kind of like in small towns they shared the same courthouse and sheriff's department.
That's wrong, Sean. Sorry about that. There are detectives in every single police department. So we didn't have a detective?
Department within that county and another county next to them. They all share the same sheriff's department courthouse.
What?
I contacted the courthouse and tried to get a hold of the detective. And then I contacted the police department saying, hey, look, somebody's sitting there saying that I'm under investigation. I'd like to talk to the detective. And they sat there and told me that her address wasn't her address. That address didn't exist. So how am I giving out somebody's personal information or address if it doesn't exist from the police department when I called them and asked?
Sure,
Gave them her name.
I don't know about all that.
She said that I'm under investigation. I'd like to talk to the detective that's taking over this case, and left messages for the detective, and the detective never called me. So it was just
I don't know about any.
I know I haven't watched all of Sean's lives, but I guarantee you, if he had done all that, he would have crowed about it in his lives. Now, I don't ever remember him talking about it. I mean, I could have missed it because I really haven't watched a lot of his lives, but I don't remember it. But that would be wrong, Sean. Sorry, because remember, you have contacted my police before. So you knew exactly what my address was because you gave it to them.
Of that, but what I'm trying to say though is that these groups, you know, they demand proof from other people while not showing proof of their own.
Really?
They show proof of little things,
Really?
but not the big things, you know. But while the claim was
What
made,
what they're doing is they'll have proof of something, and if they show enough proof of little things, people are going to believe when they say, "Oh, I have proof of this big thing."
yeah.
You know, and that's just what they're playing.
So with Florida Man, yeah, it's manipulation. Clearly, for whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, people deal with things around them in different ways, but this is not the right way to deal with things. I do feel, well, the particular person went out of their way to make sure that everybody sees the warrant and the documentation on another person, right? But has not shown, but then again, it was never asked for, you know, and I don't.
Is she saying I never showed a warrant? I never showed a warrant because Sean never got a warrant. The judge declined it, which I said months ago. So what do you want me to show, Tiff? Does she realize, like so far in this live, I don't know how much longer she's in there, how stupid she looks? I mean, seriously. My God.
Need to see anything because it really didn't involve me. You know, I will stand on saying to anybody that it is wrong to even put someone in some kind of fearful state and say that for this amount of money or for this or for that, or just because I don't like you, I'm going to give this dangerous person your address. That's wrong. It's wrong. You know, you can't make a right situation out of two wrong situations. You just can't. At some point, someone just has to stop and just ignore the other person. Quit giving other people material, you know, and they will find material and content out of the most tiniest little thing. They will find something, and that's fine. Let them do that. You know, at the end of the day, everyone knows their own truth. Everyone knows their own self-worth and self-value.
Obviously, Tiff, you don't know what the truth is because you've lied this entire time. So if you think you know your own truth and we're showing you that you've lied, does that mean you have no truth?
Stop letting someone else make you feel otherwise. And that's for everybody. That is for everybody. And it is okay for all of you listening. It is okay to look at someone who is spoon feeding you what you think is factual information and question it. It is completely
I apologize.
okay.
I have to take a screenshot real quick. Because her son's in here right now. And I need to make sure that that's why I'm just taking screenshots of it.
Like I will say, as far as people's relationships, you know right from wrong. Other adults should know right from wrong, you know? And consequences come from good decisions and bad decisions, you know? And you have to be able to own up to all of it at the end of the day. Just like I know. Instead, at that time, I will tell you honestly, you know, with everything I had gone through, and I'm still isolating, you know, I'm not looking for a man. I don't even want a man to look at me, let alone touch me.
You're welcome,
You have got to
Wayne.
be out of your ever-loving mind. You know, am I sarcastic? Yes. Fucking yes, I am. It's how I cope with things. Dark humor and sarcasm. I'm trying to learn better ways, with my therapist, my psychiatrist, not trauma dumping, I'm just saying that at that time in my life when I was deep in the BS, as the comment stated, I was in a place where I just wanted companionship. I just wanted to feel like I had friends, people I could talk to, that were not just going to knock on my door, like friends at a distance, I guess.
Well, just
That's
some
all.
people claim to be friends that aren't friends. Friends, yeah.
Friends off my list. Just to be able to talk about me in a bad way when I'm not there.
They're not friends if they don't stick up for you.
Right. And also, I don't need anyone to really stick up for me, but at least have the balls to tell me, when someone is being fake. Have the balls, because I will tell you, there's one person on the app that I can trust. There's several. I've had friends on the app that I've actually known in real life for years, but it takes a real person to say, hey, this is what's going on. And then I did try to talk to another person. I tried to express my frustration and my feelings, and it was just kind of a non-issue,
Hey, Tiff, I have a question for you. When all this shit was happening with Thomas threatening me and with Sean doxing me and with FM going after me and putting lies, did you once text me to find out if I was okay? I'll need to go back because I don't really remember that. She may have once. Not recently. And by recently, I mean before she stopped coming to my lives at the beginning of December.
For that person. And that told me in itself everything I needed to know. And I just quietly walked away. So, all I ask is that
you
if somebody
quietly
feels I
walked
did
away.
them wrong, please come to me and tell me. And I will own accountability for what I've done wrong to you. It won't fix anything, and I understand that. I am working on myself.
Some things that were said are just not fixable because the damage is already done.
Exactly. And I will forever feel, like a shitty person.
The people that you talked about are still suffering the consequences for what you said.
Yeah.
So that's just one of those things that you have to be cautious and careful what you say about people. If it's not facts, it's not facts. You don't like somebody, you don't talk about that person. You fucked their life up. You fucked their life. You fucked my life up pretty good, Tiffany. You know that, right? Like, I had to find new locations and to try to be in a safe environment to where I weren't going to get in trouble. In Texas, if you're on a piece of property without permission, you go to jail. There is no like you have to leave.
Yeah.
You go to jail. And
So
can we also agree, though, in all fairness, I also tried to stop you from making that stupid choice
I made that choice
all over the world?
All over the country, you mean? I made the choice.
I was 100% correct on what I told you was up with the
I got offered places to live. I was living in a fucking camper and sleeping in my car.
Yeah,
getting offered a place to live.
Those were all trolls.
Yeah,
they were all trolls.
Yeah. And then I said, you know what? Fuck it. I says I'm down in South Floridius, and I'm just gonna try to get a place here. And then people started outing where I was at. And the dude that was the manager there, the manager guy that was there actually moved his management to a different store because of that, because he was in fear that I would go and talk to him. I did go and talk to him.
What?
By the way, I did talk to him about that whole situation.
That's a new one.
And I don't think the guy realized that I'm not.
So wait, did he just say the guy moved his management firm for Sean? What? Okay.
What people were portraying me as I'm taking somebody to the Social
See, now,
Security
I will
office.
tell you what I said when I called, was that I was just looking for my brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never heard that one. I never heard that she called his apartment place. Did she, I never heard her say anything about that. Did she ever say anything in the live? I never heard that. That's new to me.
Who
Yeah.
might possibly, just be lost. Yeah. I didn't say you were like this crazy guy, and you
Well,
committed
there
a
were a bunch of
crime
people.
or.
There's a bunch of people that called right after or during when you called.
I gave a
That
description
was
of
saying
you.
that I was
said
a
that.
criminal and I was wanted by the law, and all of a sudden I started
See,
having
and
law
everyone who
enforcement
said
talking
that,
to me.
anyone and everyone who called and said anything like that, my only question is, did you see proof that he was wanted by the law?
No, they don't, because I wasn't wanted.
Oh.
I'm still not wanted.
Tiff, I was very upfront about the warrant. I never said there was a warrant out. I said the police officer was trying to get a warrant and it was on the judge's desk. And then it got sent back and it got changed up a little and it went back to a judge.
These are people that are, still now contacting the housing where I'm at to try to get me kicked out. They're trying to get Luann to lose her job. Luann and I are just friends.
It all happened
and
after
her
the
kids
storm.
decided to be assholes to her and gave out my information to Dan Bobby, and he posted it.
I can tell you that the kids have reason to believe otherwise, but I'm not there.
The kids have no reason to believe anything. They're being told something, and they gave out my personal information, and they basically told me exactly what kind of people that they are. And, they're going to keep doing what they're going to do. And I'm going to say, like I said before.
All I know is, again, you're an adult. Luann's an adult. You both should know.
She's not allowed to have friends, though. She's not allowed to have friends.
Well, okay. So my personal opinion, it's going to be an unpopular opinion in here, I know. But I'm just expressing my personal opinion. If you are friends with a married woman and it's causing grief within her family structure, as a friend, I personally feel you should say, Luann, I don't want to cause you any more stress.
Well, the thing about it is,
I feel that would be the respectful thing.
The respectful thing would be for her kids to actually look me up and figure out, the crimes that I've committed in my life instead of, look, stop telling me to let her talk. She'll talk here in a minute. Just give it a minute, okay? We're having basically what happened. And they ran Luann's kids or act. The fuck does that matter? If I'm friends with Luann, I'm friends with Luann, and I'm not going to have people tell me.
I'm not here to speak on that. I'm here to speak on me, pretty much.
Who I can be friends with and not
from your family, and it was stated that what you supposedly did or what you did, I wasn't there. I don't know. I haven't seen paperwork.
I didn't fucking
But
do
you
anything.
did
That's the fucking problem.
What was reported is that you did it under the age of 18. Therefore, you would not actually be on a SO registry.
So I think I know what they're talking about. I think I know what they're talking about. Doesn't make me a fucking pedo, by the way. Okay. There was a girl that lived upstairs from me, and we were at that exploitation mode. I show you mine, you show me yours kind of deal. And we got caught, and we both got our asses beat for.
Now that's a news story. That's a news story. Huh.
For that, by both of our parents. I got beat from across the fucking room. She got beat from across the fucking room. Both of us was fucking crying because it was getting our ass beat so much because we did that exploitation with each other.
Exploitation.
That's the incident that my sister is fucking talking about.
Well, so what's being reported is that whatever happened, you were underage. You were not quite 18 yet.
She was the same
that
age.
It was,
we were the same.
And it was handled between.
Age. We were the same
between the families.
We
and it was never taken to the law, and that's why there's no record of it. That's what they're going with. I wasn't there.
No, sorry, Tiff. You were there. You were in the live. Obviously, you weren't there in person, but you were in the live. And no, that's not what was said. He was much younger than 18. And it was with two different kids. And that's why his mom gave him up. And you know that story. You know that whole story because you were here.
Same age. We are the same age.
I wasn't there. I haven't seen documentation. And there's a whole other person involved that we haven't heard from. So I don't know. My advice to people is don't
you're talking
be
about
so...
You're talking about the girl that we did that.
Don't
exploitation.
I'm talking about whoever the other person was. Yeah, there's a whole other angle.
Good luck with that because she's no longer alive. So she was in a horrific car accident at 18.
I'm so sorry to hear that. But my advice to people is don't be so quick to just hear something and run with it. Because I guarantee you there's been times when you've been so mad at somebody that you might have just said something, added a little bit, just out of spite. Be like, I'm going to teach this fucking person.
According to the family, he's not on the registry because he was under 18. And by under 18, quite a ways under 18 when it happened. And it wasn't according to the family, it was not as he is describing it.
That's
not
all,
anyone.
All day long. That's me all day long.
I'm not speaking on Paula or anyone. I'm just saying in general.
You're not, but I am.
There is no perfect person out there that has never done something out of spite and malice and being on the internet. It's so easy to do that too because people think it's just going to sit right here. I'm going to say this about someone and
you post something about somebody like that, it's there for life on the internet.
Yeah,
for life.
It is.
So they essentially put a target on my back, saying I'm all this. I'm like the worst things that anybody could ever be.
I do think that you jump and assume. I think you jump and assume that somebody. I will tell you, I've heard you get really upset when being called a predator.
I'm not a fucking predator. Yeah, and I will stick up for it.
A predator is not.
I'm not
sexual in nature.
Doesn't matter. They call
I'm just telling you because
try to call me a predator and for the sub.
I'm just saying that there's been a couple situations that I have witnessed myself where someone has made a statement and you've jumped right to the I'm not a pedophile, I'm not this, and they
I'm
were
not.
not actually referring right, but they were not referring to you as either of those, right?
Well,
They were
Dark White
referring to
Puppet
your
come right
predatory
out and said
behavior.
it. He come right out and said it, and then changed it from to pedophile to predator. And that's just how he is. He can't keep his
Well,
fucking dogs in the house.
and
You know, he had one of his dogs, as a matter of fact, just the other day,
why are
running
you
the
assuming the
streets.
person? Why are you
But
assuming the person? See,
that,
I know who
that's
you're
his
talking
dog.
about, but
It's his dog.
okay.
He showed
I know
pictures
who
of his
you're
dog.
referring to, but that's not necessarily who I was referring to. That's the thing, is you can't be quick to try to fill in the spaces. You know,
I'm just saying
you
one
just
of my
can't.
experience. Yeah, I'm
You just
speaking
can't
on that
because
specific person. Dan Bobby and
but
Toxic Fabrication. They're all a part of saying that I'm a fucking pedophile.
I mean,
You know, my daughter is
people.
saying that I'm a woman beater. You know, so that's why her and I don't talk anymore, because I'm not a woman beater. I've never, ever in my entire life have ever hit a woman or pushed a woman or put a woman down on the ground. Never.
I
Never.
hope that that's true.
Not even. I wouldn't block the door. You want to leave? Go ahead, have at it. Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord
all
split
of the
you.
people who know the truth are the people that were in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hope that that's true, that you wouldn't. But again, the people who know the truth
never,
are the people in the situation.
never will.
So
Never have
just
and
like
never will.
people cannot assume I should have known something. You know, that is disgusting behavior, to try to shame a victim and say, well, you should have known.
Well, here, I'm gonna tell you
seen.
the same thing I'm gonna tell everybody else that's listening in here now. Before you start dating somebody, look them up. Figure out what state that they're originally from, and look them up.
Yeah.
They'll have a criminal record.
I'm not looking at any relationship anytime soon. I
Well,
have to deal with my health.
just
I have to deal with my
give you a
mental
heads
health.
up. Make sure when you're
I have a
ready.
house full of cats. How attractive is that? You know, I pretty much made it to. No. I have lots of men around me. They have
Did he
four
just say he
paws.
loves cats?
I pretty much relationship anytime soon. I have to deal with my health. I have to deal with my mental health.
Make sure when you're
I have a house
ready.
full of cats. How attractive is that? You know, I pretty much made it to.
He just said he loves cats. He loves cats. He's got a body count of 5, and he left his cat behind.
No. I have lots of men around me. They have 4 paws and they're kind of hairy. They talk funny. But you know, it works.
At least he talk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite content with where my life is going now.
I like animals that try to communicate. I love animals that try to communicate. I would never have a fucking what do you call it in there? Husky. I'd never have a husky. They're just too dramatic for me. But I do like animals. I am very
excited because I have been given the unused laundry room for the condominium to use for my cat rescue. I'm very
Look. I've traveled across the country. Animals. In Massachusetts, you don't really see any animals out anywhere. So I mean, you do, but they have a leash or they're with cats that want. We're specific to go and ask how much does it snow. Just it's not that much. You know what? I'm gonna go to Texas. It don't snow in Texas. But I thought 40s. I wanted to try it, but that place. I don't care. Corpus.
No, but I received probably about 5 different addresses. But yeah, no, I'm just very excited about being able to help more cats. And just recently, I'm Coco. And I'm
surprised that possum lets you hold it.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, they.
Hold on. I've been fast forwarding. My iPad has to catch up. Give it a second. Hold on, folks. Like, I'm just... I have no words for this. No words. Scammy, wait until you hear, watch the other live. She was in a box. Oh, was that, did somebody find that clip? Oh, she does? Yes, this was unfavorited. Tiff went into his box yesterday. Those of you that listened to her in the live, are we pretty much at the end of it right here? Or do I need to keep playing more? It is at the end. Okay, so can I go to another clip where she was in another beggar's box? They just talk about the possum. Yeah, fuck the possum. I can give a rat's ass about that. Oh, okay. So this was Tank Lip on September 29th, 2025. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Okay, let me go to this one. Do we know? Do you guys know what the timestamp was when she went in there? Right, Mila? Oh my God. Tank, go to 1613. Okay. Oh shit, Tiff. I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna let you guys watch it. I haven't seen it, so. Oh boy. As we're listening to this, I'm actually taking my Christmas tree down, so. Hi, kitty. Oh wow, Scam, you did have it. This was from a long time ago.
Hey,
Hey, that's the first time I've ever seen you on camera.
how you doing? Look at my new tattoo. Look at,
On your neck?
yeah, my throat.
How long have you had that?
I just got this the other day. Remember, I was in your chat and I said I'm gonna go get my throat tattoo.
Oh, so she was in the
Yeah,
chat
but I don't
too.
believe anything anyone says in the chat.
Oh no, I did it. Yeah, I got tattoos everywhere. Look at.
So what, you're trying to date?
Why not, Tank? Why not?
Wow.
I mean, you asked me the other day, were you for real?
Sure, why not, Tank?
Yeah, but now I got somebody that's interested in me that
Yeah, I know you shoved me off for someone else.
There's a woman that works at a Dunkin' Donuts, and she lives nearby, and she wants to date me.
Oh.
She wants to go eat with... Hang on, I got a fart. Oh. Did you hear that?
It's like you're like talking to my heart.
Is that the kind of thing that gets you going?
Oh my God, you have no idea.
Right. You don't want to be embarrassed about that stuff. If you don't want to hold it in either.
Better out than in is what I always say.
You gotta let it. If it feels like it's gotta come out, you let it.
Right.
You let it out.
Like you could explode if you don't let it out.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm telling you now, as clear as I can say this, had I known she was in this guy's live doing this back in September 29th, I would have blocked her and she would not have been in my lives anymore. My God.
So what'd you do today?
I went grocery shopping. I put together new cat boxes because I have a cat rescue. Let's see.
How many cats do you have?
Well, I only have 4, but I run a cat rescue, so I have 14 right now.
Where is that? Do you have the rescues at your house?
Yeah. I have a big condo.
How big is your condo?
It's 2 very large bedrooms and... let's see. I have 2 full baths.
No, this is about Tiff.
This is my office over here.
This is about Tiff.
Oh, it is big. I can see the hallway.
For those of you that are just coming in, okay, there was information that, and if you missed it, I'm sure this will be posted on Scam Slam's page. But one of the things that Tiff definitely did a pivot from is Sean was referring to a situation where Tiff went into some guy's live and was flirting with him. And Tiff shrugged that off, and instead of admitting that she went in and was flirting with the guy, who is absolutely mentally ill, she said the whole problem was she found out after that he was on a registry. And that's not what the issue was at all. The issue is that she did that. She did the same thing to Sean, and now it came out that she did the same thing to this guy back in September of 2025.
Hey, this is your office?
Yeah, that's my office.
Oh, wow, that is a big room.
And then
And this is in Texas?
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Well, if things fall through with me and this Duncan woman, maybe I'll come live with you.
You better get me some Dunkin' gift cards.
Would you let me come live with you?
Sure, why not? Why not?
But you wouldn't put, like, an expiration date on the staying with me.
No.
Would we be allowed to hook up and stuff?
Of course.
Wow.
Are you into that thing, like messing around?
Yeah.
You think I'm handsome?
I wouldn't be in your box.
Oh my God, I love how that sounds.
But you got the other girl. She was first in line, so I'll just...
Yeah, right now, I mean, you came in kind of late recently. Like, you hit me out of nowhere with this, that you were interested. I used to think you were trolling me, to be honest.
I'll have to wait my turn. I do have a tattoo under each butt cheek. It says "Good Girl."
Wait, where is it?
Under my butt cheeks.
Let me see it. Oh my God, that's the hottest thing you've ever showed me.
Hey,
So she's been in there before.
You can understand why I thought you were trolling me at first, right?
am I from a scammer page? No, I'm from awareness. Is that what you mean? Yeah, of course.
You get why I thought you were trolling me, right? Yeah, but now I see that you're interested, so.
There you go.
So, like, what are your interests and your hobbies?
Wow.
Well, I run my small business. Obviously, tattoos. I get tattoos just because.
Yeah.
It's my soul cat.
Do you know that I have 0 tattoos? I'm very boring. I have 0 tattoos.
We can fix that.
Well, I don't know. I can't get buried in a Jewish cemetery if I get a tattoo.
Too, it's okay. I'm Jewish too.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Nice.
Yeah. I normally, if you look at my videos, I always have a Star of David on. I have a cross that has my cat's ashes, but I wear a Star of David as well all the time.
Are you 100% Jewish?
Yes, I have.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Now, see, me and you might have more in common than me and
I
Duncan.
come from the Reinsberg family.
Huh.
Yes.
That's your last name, Reinsberg?
No, that's my mother's maiden name. But I was, and you know, Jewish law, if your mother's Jewish.
You know, how come
Actually, look at this. Look.
Can I ask you a quick question before you show me this?
My door.
All right, let me see. A mezuzah? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Christian all in there.
Oh, wow. The front of your house looks just like my house. I have brick on the front of my house, too.
So when
That's
I tell you I'm Jewish, I'm Jewish.
Huh.
I have an extra one over here, too, if somebody needs one.
Why does the universe do this to me all the time? It'll be like no women at all, and then just when I have a woman interested, then everyone tries to date me at the same time, and I have to tell so many people no.
I don't know.
It's so weird.
Here,
Like I wish when I'm having all these droughts, and there's no one, I wish these women would come up then. What is that?
It's my Star of David that I normally wear if I had to take my necklaces off.
Oh, wow.
That's my tattoo. So, there you go.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice. Or I shouldn't say hell yeah.
Did anybody know about this? Did anybody know about this? Wow. And you know what the scary thing is? Who else has she done it to? So this is guy number 4 that she's been in lives.
Beautiful. I should say that's beautiful.
I was born in Mount Zion Hospital in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Like, I don't know how much more Jewish you can get.
Right.
Yeah, decisions are so hard. Yeah.
So, what were you telling me recently? Something happened where, like, your ex was being mean?
He held me hostage. He held me hostage for like 6 months.
Oh boy, here it comes.
I wrote a book. I published it. It's in my bio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I make merch is what I do. I make merch. I'm here. I rescue cats, but I make merch. So I have a engraver. I do sublimation. I do vinyl. I do graphic design. Yeah, look at it.
That's your book?
Yeah. The devil hides behind a mask.
That sounds really familiar.
That's my book.
Well, and let's be clear here. As you can tell by what he's been saying, she's been in his lives quite well. And let's be clear here. As you can tell by what he's been saying, she's been in his lives quite. Be clear here. She's been in his lives quite a bit up to this point. I mean, this is not the first time she's been in there. You know, he made comments about her being in his chat. What the fuck?
Really good seller?
I just published it.
Just published, so you don't know yet.
Yeah, don't know yet, but